Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Devour. Level up every day, countdown to Invincibility. Chapter 81. Bai Ming did say this. Is it possible that I still owe you a junior? The 12 peak class spots offered by the Liberty Group are all yours. No, Qin Mu frowned. Didn't you say there are any more fines? It looks like at least hundreds of billions. Bai Ming rolled his eyes and said, that's a ticket for the Alliance, not for me. Isn't it? Qin Mu was speechless. You bet so big, and you ended up betting on 12 spots in the top class. Bai Qingyan looked shocked. What do you mean just 12? That's a full 12. The warrior next to him looked envious. What a quota for the top class. The total number is only 198. There are so many forces in Dragon Star, including Boxing Martial Arts Hall, Bay Martial Arts Hall, Wanjianj Pavilion, the military, and the 24 cities. Among the many forces, the Free Group has 12 places, which is considered to be first class. The Martial Arts Conference has selected 60 people for further training this year, which is already a special case. As long as you enter the top class and graduate successfully, you will definitely be at the top of the Grandmaster class and have the best rankings. If you are more talented and practice hard within 3 years, you may even have the chance to graduate with the rank of Grandmaster. Think about it, the resources of the peak class are all 7th and 8th level ferocious beasts on a monthly basis. They have to make 2 bowls of S-level potions for breakfast. Gravity training and the equipment of the martial temple are all arranged for you. Quote. A warrior held his head high and lowered his hands, and asked proudly, the minimum limit is to reach the peak of Grandmaster, and the upper limit is Grandmaster. Just such a quota, how much do you think it is worth? I think. You have to have 50 billion credit points, right? 50 billion. 50 billion is the cost. The starting price of the 10,000 Merchants Alliance is 100 billion. Don't think it's too expensive. No matter how many people try to grab it at the auction, they still can't get it. After Qin Mu heard this, he immediately felt that it was acceptable. The starting price is 100 billion, and with 12 places available, it can be sold for tens of billions. Isn't that a problem? After receiving the quota authority, Qin Mu turned around and left. Hey, why are you still leaving? Bai Ming was stunned. Aren't you going to stand here and stare? Qin Mu was speechless. Could it be that the White Sword Sect has any unique skills that it has not yet demonstrated? Ding! Bai Ming's heart skipped a beat again. Teach. What to teach? What the hell, what a problem. Kung Fu. The only one I thought about was Qin Mu, who had reached consummation, and he was on the same level as me. Realm. With Qin Mu's talent, would he be afraid of realm? Resource. With trillions of resources in hand, if you enter the top class, you won't be afraid of lack of resources at all. Wu Po Xing. You idiot, Bai Ming cursed in his heart. Before leaving just now, Wu Poxing reminded himself alone to come and accept a disciple, indicating that he didn't want one. Qin Mu is a telepathic master, and if he wants to grab the king, he will definitely not choose to be a swordsman. The only one who can compete with him is Wu Poxing, who holds the title of the strongest dragon star. He quits. Bai Ming almost laughed out loud and said to himself, it's stable. As a result, Wu Poxing saw through that Qin Mu did not need to be taught. As long as he entered the peak class, he would call him Wu Poxing a mentor. Not a disciple, but still a half-disciple, right? What a wishful thinking. I'm not stupid either. Bai Ming let out a long roar in his heart, opened his eyes and shouted. Qin Mu, it's okay not to be a disciple, but not to join Wanjian Pavilion. As long as you come, the deputy master of Wanjiang Pavilion will be waiting for you. If you don't come, HMPH, don't blame me for being ruthless. Even if you fall out with Wu Poxing and break the rules of the Alliance, I will still ask you for an explanation. Bai Ming had made an iron calculation and wanted to win over Qin Mu no matter what. He didn't have to give up face, but he could definitely give up Qin Mu to Wu Poxing. Poof! Bai Qingyan was the first to vomit blood and said in shock. Deputy Pavilion Master, Grandpa, have you thought about it clearly? That person has most of the authority of Wanjianj Pavilion and can command the disciples, mobilize resources, and support the facade of Wanjian Pavilion. I have lost my life today, and my face has almost been lost. A little more or a little less doesn't matter. As long as Chin Mu is captured, a wasted life will not be a loss. How? A provocative gesture in the face of a wasted life. Chin Mu was really hesitant. If you don't have enough money, you can really take a dim view now. But power is indeed important. If he hadn't been protected by the Zhongcheng Martial Arts School from the beginning, no matter how talented he was, he would have been seriously harmed by the Tianlu group. Pavilion Master Bai, don't think that I am young and want to deceive you, and become a showman who has no real power as the Deputy Pavilion Master. Snort. Bai Ming stood with his hands behind his hands. I keep my word. Since the establishment of Wanzhong Pavilion, the position of Deputy Pavilion Master has been established, but there has been no candidate. With your talent, no. With your current skills, you have no problem instructing your disciples. With your 9-sword combat power, you are invincible under the Grand Master. With such a Deputy Pavilion Master, is there any possibility of making false claims? Hiss. The disciples of Wanzhong Pavilion originally thought it was a bit outrageous. But Jian Zong said this. Fight, I'm afraid no one in Zhonj can be Qin Mu's opponent. After all, there is only one sword sect with great master combat power. Although Senator William is also a telepathic master, his telekinesis cultivation level is only at the first level of a Grand Master. He has not made any breakthroughs for many years. When he became a congressman, he was the first Grand Master to achieve breakthroughs when he switched to the warrior route. To become a great master is so difficult that not even a single person can achieve it in 100 years. Once a warrior breaks through to the Grand Master realm, facing a mind master, there are not so many disadvantages that can be tied up. However, Bai Ming was confident that Wang Jianzhi did not practice martial arts and only followed the path of a telepathy teacher. Nowadays, even a telepathy master with a master level is not stronger than Qin Mu. Because of the 9 swords and the thread, there is no second Nianxi society yet. Deserved. Qin Mu's combat prowess and talent are not inappropriate at all for becoming the Deputy Pavilion Master. They are even perfect. With such abnormal combat power, teach us how to use electric drills and drill everywhere. Invincible. Across the wild. After Wang Jianzhi's disciples figured it out, they even got a little excited. Qin Mu also thought clearly. I'm still a member of the martial arts gym, won't it have any impact? Ha! Bai Ming said loudly. Zhongcheng Martial Arts School is a citywide martial arts gym. You can do the tasks there normally. You are the deputy master and you have no tasks. If you find it troublesome, just ask the martial arts gym to buy out the contract with 100 times the resources. Could Zhang Hong, can you still say no? Buyout. Will Wang Jianzhi reimburse me? Before Bai Ming could speak, Bai Qingyan stood up. Reimbursement. 100% reimbursement. The Deputy Pavilion Master also has a salary of 100 billion per year, which can be equipped with 4 bodyguards, and there are also benefits for the Pavilion Master. 4 guards. This is good. Qin Mu doesn't need it himself, so it's safe for his mother and little sister to have 2 of them each. Extremely safe. With the protection of a mind master at the level of a commander, what else is unsafe? Here, let's take a look at the contract. Qin Mu is still stable, he has to see clearly before speaking. Wushan Temple Square. All the warriors were shocked to see that Wanzhong Pavilion had just one more Deputy Pavilion Master. What the hell? Become famous in one battle. Directly promoted to Deputy Pavilion Master of Wanzhong Pavilion. Jealous, really jealous. If I want to become famous in one battle and become the director of the Po-Star Martial Arts Gym and the city patrol officer, wouldn't it mean taking off from the same place? Apprentice. I stopped being a disciple and became a master directly. The master of so many disciples in Wanzhong Pavilion. I'm so jealous that my teeth are shattered, and my fists are clenched so hard they're purple. Jealous, jealous. Temple of Martial Arts. In the Alliance Leader's exclusive room. Bai Ming. You old guy, have you learned not to play by the rules? Wu Poxing was so angry that he almost dropped the cup. Qin Mu's character makes it obvious at a glance that he won't be a disciple. As long as you enter my peak class, won't you still be a member of my Breaking Star Martial Arts School from now on? Damn it, Wu Poxing just gave in and retreated in order to advance. Did not expect. All of a sudden, I lost everyone. Tragedy. A month-long master's peak combat power, this is a pace that will break the sky. Deficit. Blood loss. Wu Poxing felt that he had never suffered such a loss in his life. GG, bring me the list of those useless warriors. I want to collect them one by one. Liberty Group. Father, there is definitely something wrong with that Chin Mu. William was killed instantly, and he is still thinking about where he lost. Nonsense, Counselor William shouted coldly. Every dog knows there is something wrong with him. But if Wu Poxing protects him, he will save his life in vain. These two old dogs obviously wear the same pants. Fark, they are really good at acting. They have been quarreling every day for the past 100 years, just to show it to me and us. At this time, the secretary pushed the door open and came in. Congressman, the leader of the alliance sent a message asking us to hand over the ticket materials. Boom, Senator Williams' eyes flashed, his mind exploded, and he crushed everything on the table to pieces. Asshole, this bastard Wu Poxing is driving people to a dead end. Father, stop talking, Counselor Williams shouted angrily. Tell Wu Poxing that all the fines will be paid within a week. When the secretary went out, he looked at little William with sinister eyes. There are still 3 days left in the trial of domination. Execute the plan to destroy the star. Yes, little William's eyes flashed with excitement. Zhongcheng Martial Arts School. Guo Yue looked at Chin Mu in shock. He didn't say a word in the entire martial arts conference. Are you really the deputy master of Wanjiang Pavilion? Until then, Guo Yue still couldn't believe it. Wanjiang, that is the power that dominates Dragon Star. There are branches in all 24 cities. It's just that Zhongcheng is the hometown of the White Sword sect, so it seems like this is the headquarters. As a supervisor, Guo Yue is at the same level as Bai Qingyan at most, but in fact he is not even close to him. Because Bai Qingyan is the head of the headquarters and has peak Grandmaster combat power. He's not even a master. In recent days, the city lord has released a large amount of resources, and he has managed to break out and become a master. As for Chin Mu, Guo Yue looked at it. We know he is a genius, but why does this genius not have a period of growth? A blink of an eye. His cultivation level is higher than his own, and his status is also higher than his own. Guo Yue was even afraid that he had slept for 3 to 5 years. At this time, Guo Yue's intelligence detected the prompt. Chin Mu, your application for the Warrior Alliance has been approved. Oh, Chin Mu turned on his smartphone and took a look. Congratulations to Mr. Chin Mu for joining the Warrior Alliance and becoming the pillar of the Dragon Star Warriors. The purpose of the alliance is to help all warriors grow together, resist vicious beasts, and protect their homeland. Close double angle bracket. Mr. Chin Mu, your alliance status has been confirmed. You are a gold member of the alliance and a senator of the alliance's House of Representatives. Close double angle bracket. Gold member, didn't you say you need to be a grandmaster? Chin Mu was a little confused. Guo Yue trembled in fright. Boss, don't be joking. With your fighting power just now, the grandmaster's legs would tremble when he saw it. Real, Guo Yue was afraid himself. Among the warriors and Nian masters in the arena, which one is not more powerful than himself? Thousands of people surrounded and beat him, but he was swept away with one move. Just the 3 ounces of meat I had was not enough to fill the gap in Chin Mu's meat grinder. Puff, Chin Mu felt a little embarrassed when he heard this title. Well, I'm not used to your behavior, Director Guo. You'd better recover. Guo Yue couldn't help but roll his eyes. How to restore this? The gap is too big. This membership should be decided by the alliance leader, I'm not sure. Gold members have dues and also have certain rights. You can read the details. If you have ideas, you can stand for election when Zhongcheng's standing members change at the end of the year. Chin Mu has no interest at the moment. The deputy master of Wanjiang Pavilion can mobilize manpower to protect his family, and with his gold membership status, it should be enough. Let's do this for now. We'll talk about everything after we come back from the leadership trial. Bai Qingyan also arrived at the martial arts gym at this time. The news of the trial has been confirmed. The Grand Master needs to suppress the dragon nest, so I can only lead the team in this trial. In normal trials, a Grand Master will be arranged to lead the team, but this year it cannot be done. The transfer of a Grand Master is the limit, and the Grand Master cannot be moved. If a Grand Master is sent, then whether the Grandmaster's combat power is as high as Bai Qingyan's is a question. Plus Qin Mu is also there. 9th level ferocious beasts and 9th level peak ferocious beasts can be dealt with. In terms of safety, there is not much difference from the protection of a Grand Master. What is the specific trial like? Qin Mu opened the door to the training room and spoke only after entering. Bai Qingyan looked very excited. The location of the domination trial is in the Rocky Mountains, and the surrounding ferocious beasts are not difficult. That trial is judged to be a remnant of the Dragon Star's ancient times. There is a trial specifically for telepathy masters. Those who pass the test can get rewards, which are usually armors and telepathy master weapons. Only those who pass the test well can obtain the skills and unique skills. Hear this. Qin Mu looked sideways and asked, "Is this the reward for the green flame flying sword?" Of course not. Bai Qingyan immediately frowned. The armor rewarded in the dominance trial is at least SS level, and the weapons are also SS level and above. Bai Qingyan found the projection, and a metallic box with extremely brilliant mirror surface appeared on the screen, suspended in the air. Flowing light sword box. You are now the deputy cabinet master, so you naturally have the authority to know. This is the top weapon of the Nian master. The flying sword in the sword box is so sharp that it can easily break through S-class alloys. My grandfather once held the sword box and killed a super-level ferocious beast. In the name of the sword sect, from this streaming sword box. Isn't this the sword box in Lu Tian's warehouse? Qin Mu knew him, but he didn't say anything. On the contrary, he was very interested. Is this box a sword box? How to use it? Bai Qingyan looked like he had asked the right person. The biggest headache now is that there is no way to use it. Only my grandfather can use his mind to force 13 flying swords, but this is not the limit of the sword box at all. The sword box is powerful. Even this little power is enough to frighten super-level ferocious beasts. Because the flying sword forced out of the sword box by the telepathic master with all his strength contains the sum of all Dao telekinesis powers. Like the green flame flying sword, you can control it with all your strength, and you can only use one sword at most. When using it, you need to switch your telekinesis frequently. The sword box is not needed at all. If there are 20 thoughts, then no matter how many flying swords come out of the sword box, they will have the power of 20 thoughts, which is terrifying. To put it more bluntly, any mind master who holds a sword box and can force out 9 flying swords is equivalent to practicing 9 swords. Damn it, I see you are so confident. I thought you had an instruction manual. There is no need for you to say how sharp the sword box is. Don't I know? Qin Mu rolled his eyes. Grandpa judged that the flowing light sword box is a grandmaster level weapon. Bai Qingyan raised his eyebrows and looked over. Do you understand now? If there are usages that match the weapons, then the techniques will naturally be available. This really cheered up Qin Mu. You mean, the domination trial will have this technique? Bai Qingyan nodded. Absolutely. After all, the flowing light sword box was given by the trial. You said he has no skills, is that possible? Makes sense. Qin Mu now lacks a Nianshi technique. The only one in mind, B level, can support the breakthrough to the 9th level of the ruling Grandmaster, but the Grandmaster cannot. 10 days. Save what you can. The trial must be related to the sword box. Qin Mu asked after thinking for a moment. It's possible, and the probability is not low. Bai Qingyan really gave the answer. After so many years of judgment, only young geniuses who go to the trial can have the opportunity to give this challenge. You are so young, and your talent is incredible. Grandfather has judged that there is a high probability that the trial will lead to the challenge of the light sword box. Damn it, I don't know how to use it. Qin Mu was speechless. What exactly are the challenges? Bai Qingyan shook his head. I don't know. My grandfather was given a sword box as an extra reward, and I didn't see the skills. As for the talented warriors who entered, they all ended in failure after the challenge. If you fail, you fail. You should know what the challenge is, right? Qin Mu said in surprise. The memory of the loser will be erased. The other party's methods are completely beyond our imagination. Bai Qingyan smiled bitterly. If this were not the case, even if we continuously sent people in to force memorize it, we should still memorize an incomplete copy of this technique. Can even the memory be erased? The methods are indeed somewhat transcendent. But it's not life-threatening, so it doesn't matter to me. It only lasts 3 days, so we'll have a look then. Chin Mu said. Outside the door, Ling Chinzu suddenly rushed in and exclaimed with shock on her face. Chin Mu, are you the first in the martial arts competition? And became the deputy master of Wanzhong Pavilion. Chin Mu immediately rolled his eyes. Miss Ling, don't you know how to knock on the door? Besides, Director Bai, don't you know how to close the door? Well, the two of them looked embarrassed at the same time, but only for a moment. Ling Chinzu rushed over. Really? Then, is the rumor that you hold 12 spots in the top class true? Chin Mu frowned. There are many people who know about this kind of thing, so they cannot hide it, and there is no need to hide it. Yes, but it's useless for you to ask for a quota, right? When Bai Qingyan heard this, he immediately spoke. The quota for the peak class is not available to just anyone. At the very least, it requires the strength of a master to join. Puff. Ling Chinzu almost collapsed on the spot. I am also the top student in the class after all. I passed the martial artist assessment for fresh graduates in one go. It's not a genius, at least it should be a talent. Ah ha ha. Bai Qingyan smiled elegantly. Miss Ling misunderstood. I'm not targeting you. I'm saying that all warriors who don't have the strength of a grandmaster cannot use this quota. Strike. Ling Chinzu was obviously hit hard in her heart. Although he had just graduated, Chin Mu had already reached the pinnacle of grandmaster combat power before even starting the college entrance examination, becoming a powerful deputy master of Wanzhong Pavilion, and even held the spot that countless grandmasters dreamed of receiving. This kind of achievement can hit all peers to the point of depression. Even the Lingwu group cannot be said to be on an equal footing with Chin Mu now. Fine, this girl doesn't plan to practice martial arts. Ling Chinzu took a deep breath and said slowly. There are so many 12 places. If you can't use it, how about auctioning it off? Leave it to this girl, and I guarantee that I will sell it to you at a good price. Really? What a coincidence. Bai Qingyan came here not only to inform about the trial, but also to get a quota. Pavilion Master Chin, for the 12 places, shouldn't you consider your own disciples first? What is this sect? Very familiar. Chin Mu expressed his indifference to Bai Qingyan's words. The quota must be sold, and the key depends on the price. As expected of you, Mu Mu. Ling Chinzu was immediately happy when she heard this. When it comes to auctions, our Lingwu group has a professional live auction room. It's not just Zhong City, but it can be launched simultaneously in 24 cities on the internet. Inappropriate. Bai Qingyan immediately objected. Chin Mu, you should know that the leader of the alliance has recently been attacking those warriors who do not leave the city and are of no use to Dragon Star. If they were all ranked based on price, and the score was high, the warriors who were determined to kill the ferocious beast would not be selected. This seems to make sense. But Chin Mu didn't catch a cold at all. Let me ask you, if you are really talented, will you lack the credits to buy a quota? For example, will I be short of credits? Who can I borrow the credits for? Can anyone compare with you? Can the entire Dragon Star produce a second Chin Mu? Bai Qingyan was speechless. Chin Mu followed. As for whether you can go out of the city to kill ferocious beasts, you can't rely on your own consciousness. If you have to choose, how many of you will take the initiative to say that you can live a good life and lick blood every day? The current situation is a problem caused by the Federation or the Alliance. You don't go to the Alliance to solve the problem, but you expect me, a little warrior, to fill the holes in the Alliance for free. Is it reasonable? Little warrior. Bai Qingyan almost vomited blood and muttered in a low voice, if you are a little warrior, I'm afraid I'm not even a warrior. Logically speaking, ever since the quota appeared, someone must have sold it, and Chin Mu was not the first. Emotionally speaking, Chin Mu didn't need those useless warriors at all. Being strong yourself is fundamental. Expecting others to protect you is always a weak mentality. I will reserve 2 of the 12 places and sell the rest. The auction will be handed over to Lingwu Group, and Wanjianj will be responsible for safety issues. After Chin Mu finished speaking, he didn't forget to ask. You're not going to charge me a handling fee for such a big auction, are you? Trillions of funds. If we follow the usual practice, at least 100 billion will be gone. Impossible. Chin Mu will never pay this money. Ling Chinzu came at the right time. just with a fantasy, but she didn't expect that her dream would come true now. No, cough. It's Pavilion Master Chin. You see, we have been classmates for many years and have become brothers. As usual, the auction fee is 15%. This time I took the initiative to fracture my own bones, threefold, okay. The 5% handling fee is definitely a reasonable price. You can't find this price in Lone Star. Bang. Bai Qingyan frowned and crushed the sofa at hand. Chin Mu. Don't go too far. It's okay if you don't sell the quota to our sect, but others still ask us to protect you in the auction. Why? Chin Mu leaned back lazily. I am the deputy master of the pavilion, is that enough? Is it so blatant to use public power for private use? Bai Qingyan really wanted to run away. Chin Mu pointed his eyes at the sofa. Hey, you just called me the master of the pavilion. You should have been severely punished, but since it was your first offense, you can ignore it. But you didn't know what to do, and you crushed my sofa again. Please pay for it. I don't want you to pay for the excess. Give me 8 out of 10 Qingyan Feijian. Bai Qingyan's mouth opened in shock, and his voice reached 80 decibels. Chin Mu's expression turned cold. What? You still dare to resist? Click, click, click. Bai Qingyan clenched his fists with loud bangs, his face turned livid. Qing Yan, don't dare. Just don't dare. When Ling Qinzu saw this, her eyebrows suddenly lit up. Snort. This old ant started targeting me from the moment I walked in. Do you know how powerful it is now? The wood is so handsome. Come on, crush her to death. Chin Mu turned around. Why are you laughing? Do you dare to charge me a 5% handling fee? Do you think I am running a charity here? I'm telling you, there won't be any more. If I don't ask you for a share of the entire auction, you should just be laughing. Ling Qinzu's head tilted with a bang. You still want to charge me money? What is this? Nonsense. Chin Mu immediately scolded. How many warriors must be attracted for the 10 peak places? Which warrior among the warriors who can come has not enough assets of 100 billion? If you can't get a quota, just buy something and you can make a lot of money, right? Tisk tisk. No, I feel like I still have to hold back a little. Flutter. Ling Qinzu dived down and grabbed Chin Mu's hand. Pavilion Master Chin, there's no need for that. We won't charge a cent for the handling fee. Chin Mu thought about it but nodded. Oh, why are we classmates? I'll still give you this little bit of face. Okay, you guys help me get a set of equipment, and that's it. Set. Just one set. Ling Qinzu nodded slowly with some doubts. Follow. Chin Mu sent over the electro-optical drill blueprint. One set is really not enough, let's have 2 sets. It will be ready within 3 days and sent over. 2 sets. 2 sets are fine. Ling Qinzu gritted her teeth secretly. Well, then go back and prepare now. The master of the pavilion can't change his mind again. Go, go, go. Chin Mu waved his hand. Phew. Ling Qinzu got the promise and hurried to the company. Lingwu Company, President's Office. Dad, I'm back. Ling Qinzu said happily. Oh, so soon. Is there good news? Ling Chengfeng couldn't help but look forward to seeing his daughter so happy. Of course, if I take action, it won't be easy. Ling Qinzu stretched out her little hand and waved. Get all the spots in the top class. With a bang, Ling Chengfeng stood up in surprise. All of them. 12. 10. But Chin Mu will not sell the last 2. Ling Qinzu nodded heavily, then stuck out her tongue and said playfully, Hey, that guy is so shrewd that he didn't even ask for any handling fee. It doesn't matter. Ling Chengfeng smiled decisively and said, with just 10 quotas, we will gain both fame and fortune from this auction, and we will completely secure our seat in the 10,000 Merchants Alliance for the next 10 years. Also, Ling Qinzu clicked on the smartphone and pouted. It's free, but he cheated me of 2 sets of equipment. Only 2 sets. What's that? Ling Chengfeng didn't care at all. The next second, a drawing composed of 36 sides of alloy appeared in front of him. PFF. Ling Qinzu also saw this drawing for the first time. She vomited blood on the spot and said, S-class alloy, brand new design, sharp edge, highly ductile. The cost of this shield is probably 200 to 300 million. A complete set, at least 10 billion. 2 sets of 20 billion. He He really wants a red envelope of 20 billion credit points from me. Hiss. Ling Changfeng looked at the weapon drawings and fell into deep thought. 20 billion is not too much, but it is still a lot. It's just this drawing. Why haven't I seen it before? Immediately, Ling Changfeng saw the signature on the drawing, electric drill. It's actually an electro-optical drill blueprint. It is rumored that Qin Mu swept through the martial arts conference and suppressed the electric drills of thousands of geniuses on the Dragon Star. There was no video of the last martial arts event and no one could see it. But Qin Mu was so fierce, word of mouth spread throughout Longxing's high-end circle of friends in an instant. Electro-optical drill blueprint. Ling Qinzu thought for a moment, but frowned. This blueprint doesn't seem to be new. I heard that the electro-optical drill technique will come with a blueprint. Fresh. Ha ha ha. Ling Changfeng roared happily. My dear daughter, you still have to learn how to do business. This drawing was sent by Qin Mu. When we promote it, can we say that it was Qin Mu's exclusive design? Not only can it be said, but Qin Mu's name can also be engraved on it. Not to mention buying 20% more price at that time. Even if the price is the same, the electric drills produced by our Lingwu will be more competitive, right? Can it still be like this? Ling Qinzu was surprised at first, and then she began to mutter in her heart. That guy is so smart, he won't ask me for endorsement fees again, right? ... Ah, sneeze. Qin Mu in the training room suddenly sneezed. Seeing this, Bai Qingyan frowned and reminded, Pavilion Master Qin, you have to pay attention to your health. Staying in Ruin Township all day long will hinder your martial arts cultivation. Qin Mu looked sideways with doubtful eyes. What are you talking about? Master Qin Pavilion knows this himself. Bai Qingyan snorted coldly. Obviously there is Wanjianj Pavilion that is free, but if you have to go to Lingwu Group, don't we have an auction in Wanjianj Pavilion? Qin Mu really didn't believe this. Wanjianj must be short of quota. When the time comes, we will hold an auction and enter the venue to take part in the auction. Do you want to destroy the sign? Leave it to Lingwu Group. If you want to shoot it, why can't you? Do you think you don't have enough money? Or do you feel you have lost money because I earned it? Bai Qingyan thought about it, and it seemed to make sense. But when I thought about it again, I was still angry that I hadn't snatched away a little girl who hadn't grown up yet. Don't talk nonsense. When will the flying sword be delivered to me? Qin Mu really lacks flying swords. In the Temple of Martial Arts, flying swords are all simulated, and there are as many as you want. In reality, Qin Mu only had a flying sword and didn't have enough drill bits for an electric drill. At present, his telekinesis power is at its peak, and he can control up to 50 chapters. 36 shields, combined with 12 flying swords as drill bits, are just right. Really want it? Bai Qingyan didn't pay attention to the compensation as soon as he was interrupted. Pavilion Master Qin, you, daughter yourself is super SSS level, worth 30 billion. Qingyan Feijian has a market value of 3 billion. 30 billion for 10 handles. It's not that Qin Mu can't afford it, the key is that he doesn't want to spend money. There is only one reason, the quantity required is indeed large. One set of drill bits has 12 shanks, and 2 sets have 24 shanks. Taking into account the needs and consumption of regular combat, it is not excessive to have 100 handles, right? If you buy it, this is a real 300 billion. It's not a small amount. Studying as a teacher makes money, but studying as a teacher really costs money. A set of 2 is enough for a warrior, and even 100 swords are not needed even if the sword is exhausted. The flying sword is produced by Wanjianj itself, and the cost is at most a little more expensive than the flying blade. Qin Mu said in an understatement. But on the other side, Bai Qingyan had already begun to roll her eyes, wanting to die. Flying swords are difficult to craft and difficult to make. The material consumption is dozens of times that of flying swords. It costs 1 billion. Without this amount, it cannot be made. Qin Mu rolled his eyes. That's better, it's only 10 billion, you can afford the compensation. 10 billion, just. Bai Qingyan shook his head directly. Sorry, Qingyan is really not that rich. After this incident, my grandfather has frozen Qingyan's assets. Then shall I unblock it for you? Qin Mu started to inquire within the Wanjianj system. No, Bai Qingyan didn't want his little treasury to be exposed to Qin Mu like this. It's impossible to afford the compensation anyway. If the deputy pavilion master wants to punish him, he can just accept it lightly. Seeing Bai Qingyan looking like he was letting things go, he pretended to be dead. Qin Mu didn't hesitate. Okay, let's pay it forward. All the beasts killed this year will be settled with me. Drop. Punishments are issued through the Wanjianj system. Bai Qingyan stood stunned on the sofa for an instant. What happened? Why is this possible? By the way, didn't you agree that you would be paid? Qin Mu continued to mess with the Wanjianj system. Bai Qingyan pretended to be at a loss and nodded. Yes, Wanjianj's salary is paid monthly. If there is an urgent need, you can apply for an advance. Then I will advance 100 billion. Qin Mu found the interface and made an advance directly. Master, your Wanjianj account has received 100 billion. Xiaoyi reported the most actively every time she pocketed money. Wanjianj is still rich. With the authority of the deputy pavilion master, purchases are all at cost. When Qin Mu saw this, he immediately became rude. Let's get 100 flying swords first. Good master, Xiaoyi immediately placed the order. The cost price is 1 billion per stick, which is exactly 100 sticks. Consumption is comfort. For private accounts, there is still a base of 150 billion. Alliance account, 100 billion has not been touched. Wanzhong Pavilion, 100 green flame flying swords for free. Lingwu Group bought 2 sets of electro-optical drills for free. They were electro-optical drills and shields. They could be used both for offense and defense. At last, it's an auction of 10 places. Gee, you should be considered quite wealthy now, right? In terms of financial resources, he will not lose to Zhongcheng's group company. In terms of skill, I still have some leftover spots that the group cannot get. In terms of power, the mind masters of Wanzhong Pavilion can use it casually. Okay. In just a few days, Qin Mu was very satisfied that he could get so many things. Bai Qingyan, whose brain was still a little down, was blasted away. Qin Mu didn't even sit down when Guo Yue came over. Qin, Pavilion Master Qin, Guo Yue looked embarrassed, as if he had something to say. That's right, I just received the news that you seem to be planning to hand over your spot in the peak class to the Lingwu Group for auction. Qin Mu nodded and understood what the other party meant. The pinnacle class requires master cultivation. Yes, I just broke through to the grandmaster level. Guo Yue blushed a little. His breakthrough was a bit reluctant. Hey, in the past few years, I have been responsible for managing the martial arts gym, and my practice has fallen behind a lot. Now that something has happened, I am not qualified to contribute even if I want to. It's really. Qin Mu pondered for a moment. Director Guo, I have a clear distinction between grudges and grievances. If you have helped me, I will help you, but the peak class quota starts at 100 billion. Yes, I know, Guo Yue said seriously. I really can't afford this money. I want to borrow it, but I can't borrow this amount. If Pavilion Master Qin needs it, apart from the martial arts school, Lao Guo's 3 tails the meat will be deemed to belong to the name of Pavilion Master Qin. This matter, Guo Yue really struggled for a long time. At the beginning of the next month, Qin Mu still had to find himself to solve the problem. It's the end of the month now. He actually had to take refuge with Qin Mu in order to go one step further. But he couldn't dwell on it for too long. Qin Mu must have some places in his hand that will not be auctioned, but not many. If he waits too long, he may not be able to surrender. Guo Yue looked a little surprised when he saw Qin Mu's expression. Master Qin Pavilion, don't worry. I have already asked the city lord about this matter. He has been helping me fight for a place. Unfortunately, it can't be done this year. The alliance manager is too strict and I really can't fight for it. Wait, Guo Yue is already quite young. If he waits any longer, his talents will be wasted. As for the 100 billion, you can count it as a loan from me, and I will pay it back slowly in installments in the future. The reason why Qin Mu agreed to Zhongzong's entry into Wanjianj Pavilion. It's nothing more than a lack of strength. Power is people. It's certainly different to have someone at your disposal. Guo Yue is the person with whom he is most familiar, he is reliable, and his cultivation level is not low. Qin Mu directly transferred a quota to Guo Yue. The principal of 100 billion will be repaid after you are promoted to Grand Master. I'm afraid you won't be able to repay it even at the Grand Master level. Ah, done. Guo Yue really wanted to give it a try. The last hope. After all, Qin Mu is young, and he is even worried that the other party will not understand what he means. If that didn't work, he planned to die in Zhongcheng Martial Arts School and retire as a supervisor. Pavilion Master Qin, no, don't you need to sign a contract or something? Sign. Qin Mu chuckled. Rules are still necessary, but they are not important. I can trust Director Guo's character. Yes, Guo Yue nodded heavily. In the future, if the master of the pavilion gives orders, Guo will not hesitate to die. Next time we meet, I hope you have become a great master. Qin Mu smiled. Guo Yue's heart trembled. Put down your burdens and practice wholeheartedly. I will definitely strive to become a great master. He can be a supervisor because, firstly, the martial arts gym is short of people, and secondly, he is really talented. I thought that having the resources of a supervisor would make my cultivation easier, but the fact is that my cultivation was delayed because of my management. The next 3 days, Qin Mu did not leave the door and stayed in seclusion in the training room for 3 days. Mainly to practice knife skills. And go to the martial temple to practice the electric drill. Panel. Qin Mu. Upgrade points. 0. Martial arts cultivation. Military commander level 5. Psychic cultivation. 4th level of commander. Warrior skills. 18 styles of bloody fighting, level 1, crazy sword, level 1. Psychic power technique. Basic telepathy, level 6, unique mind, excellent, level 9. With one more level of commander, the increase in telekinesis is not outstanding. But the level 1 crazy sword, the increased experience in sword skills, actual combat experience, physical training and application skills should not be underestimated. Past, Qin Mu always relied on his mind to move his body, but now he relied on his body to move around in a small area, making him more at ease. Brand new combat backpack. It accommodates 36 shields, 100 flying swords, and the sword box is also placed in it. Of course, I also bring various healing potions. As long as he leaves the city, Qin Mu will be fully prepared. What's more, this time it's not just out of town. The trial of domination is far away on the other side of the ocean, so there is no way to fail to prepare. Pavilion Master Qin, the fighter plane is already waiting at the door. Bai Qingyan knocked on the door and came in. Walk, martial arts lawn, a sci-fi aircraft covered in mirror metal, with an oval shape and beautiful and round lines like water droplets, hovers in the air. What the hell, you call this a fighter plane? Qin Mu was slightly speechless when he saw this. It's a fighter plane. Bai Qingyan was extremely certain. The streamer fighter was discovered by my grandfather from the deep-sea ruins. The surface metal is consistent with the streamer sword box, and its hardness can be called SSS level. It can blast through the Earth's crust just by impact. So high-tech. Qin Mu had studied in Dragon Star, but he had never heard of this kind of fighter before. Where is the weapon system? Bai Qingyan shook his head. No. Crash is the entire function of this fighter jet. With strong magnetic field constraints and power explosion, it only takes 3 minutes to reach the Rocky Mountains tens of thousands of kilometers from here. As for the energy source, the high-energy particle column used has not been studied yet. It can only be found from the ruins. Hiss. Qin Mu immediately reacted. This thing is a spaceship. It can leave the solar system without any pressure. The speed is even 1% of the speed of light. Hee. Seeing Qin Mu's surprised look, Bai Qingyan finally regained some face, and it was not in vain that he begged his grandfather for a long time to borrow this streamer fighter. It is a spaceship, but the kinetic energy consumption is serious, so it cannot be used as a spaceship. And from the internal layout, it is designed to function as an ordinary fighter aircraft. The two boarded the fighter plane. There really isn't much space inside. After a dozen people were seated, there wasn't much room to move around. I've met Pavilion Master Qin. When a group of people saw Qin Mu, they immediately stood up and saluted. Qin Mu looked familiar at first glance. Damn it, weren't you killed? Why are you still here? Hee. Yang Chengwu scratched his head in embarrassment. It's natural that I lost to the deputy pavilion master. As for the others, isn't it crushing? Qi Jun, tell me clearly, who are the others? Yang Chengwu immediately rolled his eyes and said, "What are you talking about? In the martial arts temple just now, my electric drill made a mistake and failed to stabilize its form. Otherwise, I would have killed you instantly." Qi Jun, the defeated general, has a tough mouth. Bai Qingyan's brows knitted when he heard this. "Shut up, everyone. I'll take care of you after the trial." Suddenly, everyone was too scared to speak. Good guy. Bai Qingyan's prestige in Wanjianj is not small. Qin Mu's seat was in the front row, and Bai Qingyan was next door. Intelligence, target positioning, Rocky Mountains, Commander's trial base. Drop. Positioning successful, whether to set off. Set off. Qin Mu. Is there anyone else? Bai Qingyan said confidently. With Wanjianj participating in the competition, how can there be a chance for others to get a spot? Snort. There is only one William left in the free group. If there is no knockout round in the end, this guy will be kicked out together. Then Bai Qingyan shook his head. That guy is in York City. Go to the trial by yourself and don't worry about him. The Rocky Mountains, 30 kilometers outside the Domination trial base. A group of warriors wearing black armor and evil faces were discussing in the cave. Grandmaster Liu, this mission can only succeed, not fail. Grandmaster Liu should know the consequences, right? It was a blonde boy who spoke. It was little William. Nonsense. I never leave anyone alive when I take action. Lu Tian said in a hoarse voice. A living mouth is a living mouth, little William said with a smile. But the goal this time is not just to kill Qin Mu. The best result is to let Qin Mu pass the test and then seize the Grandmaster level skill in his hand. This is a huge profit. Ha, what are you afraid of? Lu Tian sneered. Are you afraid that the kid can't pass the level, or are you afraid that I can't kill him? Little William spread his hands innocently and said. No, Grandmaster Liu, don't get me wrong. I just want to say that Qin Mu has an SS level armor and carries an electric drill, which makes him extremely difficult for warriors. Difficult? Ha 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 ha. Lu Tian looked up to the sky and laughed wildly. No matter how difficult it is, can he defeat the Grandmaster? Or the Grandmaster of the Gold Element who is wearing the Night God armor and holding the sky-opening blade? Night God armor. As soon as little William arrived, he discovered that the color of Lu Tian's armor was wrong. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be the legendary SSS level ancient armor, Night God. The sky blade in his hand is also a legacy from ancient times, SSS level. These two things were of astonishing value, and even he felt trembling. An ordinary Grandmaster, holding these two magical weapons, can also compete with the Great Master. If held by a Grandmaster, it would be almost invincible. Grandmaster. Little William was even more shocked that Lu Tian turned out to be the Grandmaster. If he is the Grandmaster, why are he still afraid of Zhang Cheng? Snort. Little Zhangcheng, do I care? Lu Tian's eyes flashed coldly. If that old guy Bai Ming hadn't been staring at me, I would have taken Zhangcheng long ago. Little William understood. Although Jian Zong is not a great master, he is equipped with ancient relics and treasures, and his combat power is really terrifying. Wu Po Xing, Bai Ming, Sword Madness, Spear King. By virtue of their early success, this group of people has monopolized a large number of ruins in Dragon Star. For hundreds of years, they have not given us a chance to intervene. Now that Grandmaster Liu has joined us, even if we can't kill Wu Poxing, we can at least seize the North and South Free Continent from him, capture the 9 cities, and monopolize the Domination trial. When Lu Tian heard this, he said calmly, the 5 cities in the Northern Continent belong to you, and the 4 cities in the Southern Continent belong to me. It's a deal. Little William knew that the other party was a great master, so naturally he did not dare to make any counteroffer. Now, suddenly a stream of light flew over the mountain range, dazzling it. Oh, people are here. There was excitement in Xiao William's eyes. Just wait for my news. Dominate the trial base. Door. There is a team of warriors stationed all year round. Fortunately, ferocious beasts won't trespass, so the field defense is stress-free. Where's little William? Not here. Bai Qingyan waited for a moment, but still didn't see anyone, so he asked the guard directly. I just sent a message, it should be not far away. As soon as the guard opened his mouth, he saw the figure of little William. Why should Commander Bai Tong be impatient? Not everyone has a weapon like the streamer fighter that can travel through the sky unscrupulously. Little William said calmly with a sunny smile. ... Now that everyone is here, let's start. Bai Qingyan frowned indifferently, took out a sword-shaped badge, and walked slowly towards the trial gate. The entire base is located in the center of the mountain range. There are no passages around it. It is almost a gap created by hitting the mountain range directly. The trial gate is embedded in countless boulders in the center of the mountain range. At first glance, the color and texture of the door are only slightly different from the surrounding stones, but if you look closely, there is not a single gap on the door. Qin Mu used his telekinesis to test, but couldn't find any gaps. There is no gap, but it can give people the subconscious feeling that this is not a stone, but a door. Qin Mu couldn't help but secretly thought, it's amazing. The defense of this gate alone is probably higher than SS level. Click. Bai Qingyan approached the door holding a sword-shaped badge, and was immediately attracted. A faint light suddenly shone out. Follow. Bai Qingyan let go. The sword-shaped badge was actually microscopically pulled and suspended in midair. After a while, the shimmer disappeared, the sword-shaped badge fell to the ground freely, and Bai Qingyan reached out to catch it. Seeing this scene, Little William's eyes flashed with greed. The 239,921st trial of dominance is now open. Close black lens bracket. All apprentices of the command are allowed to enter. If there are any trespassers, they will perish. Close black lens bracket. The sound coming from the door. It didn't reach the eardrums, but it went straight to the mind. The words spoken were completely incomprehensible, but the meaning was clearly understood. Hiss. 230,000 classes. This is really ancient enough. Qin Mu was surprised. Let's go. Bai Qingyan entered first. As long as you obey the trial instructions and don't act randomly, your life will not be in danger. Otherwise, you will die on the spot and no one can save you. A group of 10 people filed in. There are no lights in the passage, but it is not dark, but the light is soft. Cross the passage. Everyone came to a hall. Boom. The stone door behind everyone fell instantly, and the entire hall was completely sealed in an instant. Follow. From the top of the hall, a beam of light descended and landed accurately on Bai Qingyan. Age 22, 9th level commander, qualified. Close black lens bracket. Following that, the light beam moved to the side. Age 26, commander-in-chief level 7, passed. Close black lens bracket. It seems that they are testing whether the participants are all spiritual masters. Come to Qin Mu. The light beam suddenly jammed, staying there for a long time before reporting out. Age 18, 4th level commander, excellent. Close black lens bracket. Damn it, excellent. Zhang Chengwu exclaimed. Pavilion Master Qin's talent is indeed extraordinary. I will say that I deserve to lose, and it is not embarrassing. Tisk. Qi Jun sighed. No one said you were embarrassed. The key is that you look so proud, which is really confusing. No need to be confused. Zhang Chengwu put his hands on his hips. It's an honor to lose to the Pavilion Master in a duel. Compared to beings like you who can't win in a group fight, my level is obviously only a little higher than yours. Quote. Depend on. How shameless. The disciples of Wanzhong Pavilion cursed secretly. Bai Qingyan didn't even listen. Excellent. When my grandfather came here, he was not given an excellent rating during the testing phase. It was only because he worked hard to break through in the trial that he received an excellent clearance evaluation. This time, even the disciples of Wanjianj couldn't hold it in anymore. The Pavilion Master wasn't good enough when he came. What level is enough? Zhang Chengwu chuckled. No more, that is, I can kill more than 1,000 people with one hand. Gone. Qi Jun and others all stared at the guy with a sinister smile on his face. Little William also felt good in his heart. Very good, excellent qualifications. Then I should have a chance to get the Grand Master skills I need. Come on, you bumpkin. Drop, drop, drop. A rapid chirping sound suddenly sounded in the hall. Excellent trialists appear. Close black lens bracket. The second level trial level is open. Close black lens bracket. Level 2. Senior Sister Yan, have you ever held a second level trial before? People asked. No. Bai Qingyan looked solemn. There was no prompt about the level of the trial level before. Even if a young genius telepathic teacher comes over, the content of the trial will be increased and the level will not be changed. I thought they were all the same. Drop. The second level trial is a life and death mode. If you cannot pass the level, you will not be able to leave the trial base. Close black lens bracket. Puff. Isn't it? Life and death mode. If you don't clear the customs, you won't be allowed to leave. FK. Zhang Chengwu was the first to raise his hand. I don't think my level is enough to pass level 2, just give me level 1. Hooray! A red beam of light lit up in the sky, aiming at Zhang Chengwu. Life and death mode, it is forbidden to exit, otherwise you will perish. Close black lens bracket. Chengwu. Bai Qingyan hurried to the other side. Sorry to bother you. Zhang Chengwu was so frightened that he was covered in cold sweat and quickly expressed that he was fine. Little William frowned. He really didn't expect that such an accident would involve him. Hey, Qin Mu, are you sure you can pass the level? It doesn't matter if you die, but don't kill us all. Ah, Qin Mu suddenly laughed when he heard this. Whether you die or not is none of my business. You, Little William shouted angrily, but the red light in the hall suddenly locked onto him. Fear. A fear of facing death arises spontaneously. In the trial base, the use of force is prohibited. Phew. Little William slowly breathed a sigh of relief and said in a long tone, You are fine. We still have a long way to go. Drop. The second level trial assessment begins. Close black lens bracket. Star legendary technique, 3000 dragon swords. If you understand this technique within 7,749 days, you can pass the level. Those who fail will perish. Close black lens bracket. Senior Sister Yan, forgive my ignorance, but what is this star legend? Zhang Chengwu. Is it delicious? Qi Jun. Pick out your pig brain and stew it. It should taste good. Ha ha ha. Little William suddenly laughed contemptuously. Disciple of Wanjianj. Don't you even know this? Ahem. Little William cleared his throat and said proudly, Let me tell you. In the ancient ruins, the Grand Master level is called a star level. As for the skills, they are divided into ordinary, excellent, and rare. Today's legends are probably higher level techniques than rare ones. Tisk tisk. Little William smashed his mouth, with a look of greed in his eyes. If you can learn the star legend, you will be able to break through to the Grand Master without any obstacles, and you will even be able to get a glimpse of the realm above the Grand Master. Qin Mu glanced out of the corner of his eye. This guy knows quite a lot. The system has said that above the rare skills, they are indeed legendary. It's just that the system didn't say the star rating. Wan Zhanj and others obviously didn't believe Little William, and turned to look at Bai Qingyan. He's right. Although Bai Qingyan hates this guy, he can't lie at this time. The star does represent the Grand Master. Zhang Chengwu. That's not right. Since we all have the information, wouldn't we just call the star level and be done with it? What's the point of hiring a great master? Little William grinned. Ha! In ancient times, the star rating was just the beginning. Below the star rating, it was just a child's combat power. If it is made public, does it mean that all the masters are just children? It's childish. Although Zhang Chengwu didn't like the bitch next door, he had to say that his analysis was reasonable. Bai Qingyan also asked Jian Zong, and the answer was the same. Grand Master. It is the division of combat power of Dragon Star in the past, and it is not easy to change it again. As for the star level, not many warriors can break through Longxing. As for the higher level, even Wu Poxing can't touch the threshold, let alone the others. Drop. In front of everyone's eyes, an extremely complex and dazzling maze was projected. At the same time, the 3000 Dragon Sword Heart technique appears on the left. Understand the mental method, break through the maze, and try to break through the limit of 100 mental powers. Excellent testers have a 1% chance of completing the level. Close black lens bracket. Puff. Zhang Chengwu spurted out. That's not true, is it? Excellent trialists have a 1% chance of passing the level. Where are the rest of them, buried with them? No. Zhang Chengwu's eyes burst out with determination. My fate is up to me. I don't believe I can't learn this star legend. Qi Jun carefully inspected the techniques and maze. But these two things made him feel more and more chilled as he looked at them. Senior Sister, Deputy Master. The maze has a total of 100 entrances, all in different directions, and the highlight is in the center. I'm afraid it will take 100 mental powers to break through the level at the same time and reach the center at the same time to have a chance. In line with the prompt just now, at least 100 mental powers are required. According to the difficulty of the trial, these 100 mental powers cannot be spent casually. Bai Qingyan nodded solemnly. Only by understanding the mind method can it be possible to break through hundreds of mental powers. Otherwise, there is only one end, death. 100 thoughts. Qin Mu is still at lane 17. The other side. Zhang Chengwu scratched his head and said, "Damn it, what is this skill written on? Why is there a dragon drawn on it?" Bai Qingyan didn't look at the exercises. She knew she wouldn't make mistakes in the trial. People with ordinary talents have no chance to learn this technique. Even for excellent talents detected at the trial base, there is only a 1% chance. This group of people has only one chance to survive. Bai Qingyan turned to the side and said with burning eyes, "Qin Mu, come on." Then Qin Mu shouted immediately without waiting for a reply. Disciples of Wanzhong Pavilion listen to orders and study with all their heart, without any distractions. Bai Qingyan knew that only Qin Mu had a chance, but the pride in her heart did not allow her to give up without even trying. Star Legend. A technique that has never been seen before, a technique that has been dreamed of in the past. But it became the sword of Damocles hanging over everyone's heads. Zhang Chengwu scratched his head at the exercises. Qi Jun looked at the exercises in silence. Bai Qingyan frowned, unable to find any ideas at all. The dragon diagram in the technique must have a profound meaning. Drop. Reminder. The 3000 dragon sword is a legendary skill of the commander. With 3000 thoughts, you can control the dragon with the sword. Only by understanding the dragon sword diagram can you learn the 3000 dragon swords. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chengwu frowned and said while holding his breath, "Any more tips?" "Thank you so much. Look at the picture. What a fart picture. There is only one dragon in this whole picture. Do you want me to see flowers from inside the dragon?" The words in my heart were not spoken. But the trial base seemed to have detected everything. Tip. Those who are born with insufficient understanding talent will not be able to understand the dragon sword diagram. Close black lens bracket. Qi Jun laughed loudly and said, "Thank you for the free help of trial." Zhang Chengwu. Bai Qingyan couldn't understand it himself, so he just frowned. Why is this dragon different from the dragon in our impression? It has horns like a deer, eyes like an eagle, murderous intent, and extraordinary power. Qin Mu was suddenly surprised. Have you never seen this before? Bai Qingyan shook his head. No, have you really never seen it? The next second, Bai Qingyan looked shocked. Could it be, have you seen it before? Damn it, do not scare me. Qin Mu really didn't want to think that there were still people in Zhongcheng who didn't know long. But looking at the expressions of the others, it was obvious that they didn't recognize them. This time I was embarrassed. Ahem. Qin Mu coughed twice. I have seen it in an ancient book. This is a real dragon. The other fire dragons and thunder dragons you have seen, the kind with a big belly and a fire-breathing one, can only be said to be inferior varieties. Drop. The true dragon is born, and all beasts worship. Controlling the dragon with a sword is the way of heaven. Close black lens bracket. The trial base actually responded accurately. This time. While everyone was shocked, Qin Mu was also shocked. Bai Qingyan suddenly felt ecstatic. You have seen a real dragon and you are an excellent trialer, so you must be able to see some clues, right? Hiss. Qin Mu was immediately embarrassed by the question. Although the picture is simple, the depiction of a real dragon is lifelike. During this time, every detail of the dragon scales appeared, a pair of dragon eyes, filled with murderous intent, and the aura around him was so majestic that it made people's hearts tremble. Just looking at it will make your mind shake. If you look at it for a few more times, you will be trapped in it and unable to extricate yourself. You will not even be able to maintain consciousness. What are you doing to study it? Since it is a legendary technique, understanding it on your own is the right way. How can you take what you ask as true? Qin Mu couldn't understand, but he had to pretend. When little William heard this, he sneered, "Ha, I think you don't understand it at all." Qin Mu was a little surprised. I called in, this guy is so evil, does he have a grudge? The god of war only killed him once, and it wasn't a real death. He didn't get the reward, and neither did the others. As for the trial quota, wouldn't it be different for him? No, no, this kind of guy's brain is usually not normal. If you think there is no hatred, then there may be hatred. Chin Mu calmed down and said nothing. Little William still wanted to laugh, but the trial hall spoke up again. Tip: those who reveal the secrets of the skills will perish. Close black lens bracket. Zhang Chengwu almost jumped up on the spot. I didn't say this just now. Bai Qingyan felt a chill in her heart. If Chin Mu had really seen it and said it just now, would he have died? Trap. The trial actually lays a trap. Everyone, be careful. The trial has begun. This not only tests our understanding and talent, but also tests our character. Bai Qingyan secretly regretted it. A trial base from ancient times, since it has to select qualified successors, how can it teach you the skills even if you are highly qualified? Past 100 years. The rules of the Martial Arts Alliance are based on qualifications, and the final result is getting worse and worse. Qualification is not the only condition for training or selecting successors. In the past, the Alliance didn't care about their character, but now it seems that it may be more important. Chin Mu didn't feel there was any danger. Don't say you don't understand, even if you do understand, it's impossible to say. As the saying goes, the law does not spread to the 6 ears. Now that trials have locked everyone together, what good intentions do you think he can have? Just feel free to look at the pictures. It's best to learn it and save an upgrade point. If you can't learn it, just do it. We can upgrade, there is no need to fight to the death. Chin Mu was not panicked at all. At the same time. European continent, Dragon's Nest. Senator William was wrapped in a silver cloak, with only his eyes exposed. Is everything done? Yes, replied the subordinate who came back in a hurry. 5 tactical nuclear bombs have been laid in place. William pondered and opened the communication. How's it going in Zhongcheng? Mission completed. That old dog Bai Ming didn't find anything, did he? No, it was done by the Lucian Group's secret agents. There are no flaws. Good. William shouted and hung up the communication, secretly saying, Wu Poxing. In vain. This time, even if you don't die, you have to hand over the power of the Alliance. Dominate the trial base. Everyone faced a 5-clawed real dragon and wished they could imitate it with a few more claws. As for the maze level, even more nonsense. It would take half a day to clear the level at one entrance. Even Bai Qingyan could barely control 3 telekinesis flying swords to clear the level. Chin Mu had the best result, clearing the level with 7 telekinetic flying swords. A group of commanders, who can be said to be geniuses among Dragon Star geniuses, still only have this achievement. No way. The difficulty of the maze is 100 times, 1,000 times harder than the one made by the Alliance. At the end of the day, Chin Mu also found some thoughts. Visualize. This is the oldest practice method. Everyone in Blue Star knows it. But whether the results can be visualized is a matter of metaphysics. Chin Mu tried it for a day, and the control of his mind was indeed much smoother. Subdue the dragon. Use your mind to lower the true dragon. I'm afraid it really takes 100 mental powers. Take your time, don't rush. Early morning. Refresh the upgrade point. Chin Mu was not in a hurry to use it, so he tried to learn it for another day. The next day, the atmosphere in the entire hall became more tense. So hard. I think there is no chance for me in this life. Zhang Chengwu couldn't even find a clue all day long, and there was no progress in the maze. For 49 days, even if I scratch my head, I still can't break through 100 levels of telekinesis. The same goes for Qi Jun. Bai Qingyan looked at Chin Mu. He was in high spirits and seemed to have a breakthrough. Could it be that this is the talent gap? Qi Jun. Yes. In the hall, the only one in good condition was Chin Mu. One moment I looked at the picture, another moment I closed my eyes, and another moment I practiced my mind power to navigate the maze. Looks very laid back, but he was the one who progressed the fastest in the maze. 13 mental powers, twice the time in one day. Zhang Chengwu was so envious that he was drooling. If I had this speed, maybe I could double, and then double again, break through in 3 days, and become the #1 genius on the Dragon Star. The first Grand Master of the Dragon Star. Foot pedal. Bai Qingyan glanced coldly. Zhang Chengwu murmured and explained. No, it's nothing, I just like to put my feet in the mud. At this time, there was a sound of trial. The probability of passing the level for outstanding trialists has been increased, currently 5.5%. Close black lens bracket. What the hell? Zhang Chengwu and others just thought Qin Mu knew the method. Unexpectedly, the trials have now been confirmed. What you think is a heavenly book, and others can read it very well. When Qi Jun was talking, he did not forget to raise his eyebrows at Little William. Damn it! Little William looked at Qin Mu with unmistakable jealousy. But instantly, Little William's expression relaxed and he thought to himself, it's best to understand it. I'm going to decide on these 3,000 dragon sword techniques. You are just a little wage earner, so complete your performance KPI assessment. Ha 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 ha. The probability of passing the level is 5.5%. When Qin Mu heard the prompt, he naturally knew that he had found the right method. To learn this kind of thing, as long as you find the right method, you will naturally master it. The rest is a matter of time. Just like mathematics, wouldn't it be nice to know the ideas for solving problems? Wouldn't the tedious calculations in the middle be left to a calculator? Once you find the method, you will understand it sooner or later. There is no need to wait any longer. Qin Mu didn't want to upgrade directly before, mainly because this trial was a bit underestimated, and he just wanted to see what the mystery was. Now that I understand it once, in the next 7 and 49 days, if I can do it with all my strength, I will definitely be able to do it. You can fight for this life, but it's not necessary. It would be inappropriate to let my mother and little sister worry in vain. System upgrade. Open black lens bracket ding. Congratulations to the host for understanding the star-level legendary technique, 3,000 dragon swords. Close black lens bracket. Simple. Done. Qin Mu closed his eyes tightly and visualized the real dragon in his mind. Roar. The real dragon seemed to be alive in his mind, and it was so majestic. Boy, are you still crazy? Qin Mu's mental power exploded in his heart. 30 tracks, 50 tracks, 80 tracks, 90 lines, 100 lines. Get down here, Qin Mu shouted loudly in his heart, and hundreds of thoughts came out. Each thought corresponds to the direction shown in the technique, holding down the real dragon in your heart so that it cannot move. Roar. The real dragon roars. It's a pity that no matter how angry you are, it won't help. 100 mental powers are used to subdue the real dragon. Even if you don't accept it, you have to accept it. After a while, the real dragon gave up its struggle completely, and its head faced Qin Mu's consciousness, slightly lowered. So what if it's a real dragon? People, he is the lord of true dragons. ... Call. Qin Mu breathed a sigh of relief. Next. You have to fool this trial base, right? After all, it's still a bit irritating to learn it all of a sudden. Although I believe nothing will happen to the system, it is best not to overstimulate this high-level trial. Step by step, visualize, close your eyes and practice, and pass the test. It was still the same process as before, but Qin Mu accelerated the process of clearing the level. 20 ways, 30 ways, every time he wakes up, 10 mental powers pass the level successfully. The trial system will report at the same time. The probability of passing the level for outstanding trialists has been increased, currently 5.5%. Close black lens bracket. FK. The probability of passing the level for outstanding trialists has been increased, currently 10.1%. Close black lens bracket. What the hell? The probability of passing the level for outstanding trialists has increased, currently 31.2%. Close black lens bracket. What the hell? The probability of passing the level for outstanding trialists has been increased, currently 55%. Close black lens bracket. Lie. Zhang Chengwu was on the side, already looking at God, completely stunned. In the hall, everyone stopped practicing. The speed of the deputy pavilion master is too outrageous. I can't accept it. What deputy master? Call Master Qin. Bai Qingyan's heart trembled wildly, and she secretly wailed, no, you should just call me the pavilion master. I think my grandfather won't mind. Mind? Do you have that qualification? The legendary star technique is as easy to learn as taking off. No, as long as you learn it, you can take off. Qin Mu will definitely become the first Grand Master of the Dragon Star. Sword masters may have to study for more than 10 or 20 years before they can understand it. Who said you have poor qualifications and low understanding? This is the truth. Can have this speed. I'm afraid it has to be done with Qin Mu's guidance. Otherwise, if there is no technique and no teaching, whether my grandfather can break through the great master with telekinesis in this life is still a question. The other side, Qin Mu's breakthrough speed was extremely stable. On the contrary, the report from the trial base seemed extremely unstable. Sometimes it gets stuck for a long time, sometimes it beeps twice again, and it seems like it's about to shut down. Finally, 100 questions, pass the level. Qin Mu had already subdued the real dragon, and it was certainly not difficult to pass the level, but his eyebrows were still twisted together, and he even wanted to force a few drops of sweat to come out on his forehead. It's a pity that I can't force it out. In full view. Hundreds of thoughts and hundreds of flying swords arrived at the center of the maze. Drop. The trial center suddenly shook. Excellent trialist Qin Mu successfully passed the test. 23 hours, 55 minutes and 28 seconds. Close black lens bracket. Qin Mu glanced at the time and saw that it really hadn't even been a day yet. It was just one night, it felt like 2 days, but it wasn't. Tisk. Is it a little too fast? The trial base didn't say anything either. What do you mean? Qin Mu is waiting. Everyone is waiting. After a while, the trial base finally made a sound again. Excellent trialist Qin Mu passed the test in 1 day, and got started with the 3000 Dragon Sword technique. Evaluation. Perfect. Close black lens bracket. Reward the core disciples of Qin Mushin Sword Sect with permissions. Close black lens bracket. Reward a set of star-rated legendary battle clothes. Close black lens bracket. Reward a set of star-rated legendary sword boxes. Close black lens bracket. Reward star-level legendary skills and a set of combat skills. Close black lens bracket. Reward 10 dragon refining pills and 10 soul forging pills. Close black lens bracket. The trial was just a list of rewards, and I talked about it for a long time. At the same time, all reward items floated in the air in front of Qin Mu. FK. I'm jealous. Zhang Chengwu's eyes were really red. The Grand Master armor is legendary. It is definitely not ordinary. Look at that shape, look at that luster, look at that dragon pattern, look at that sword seal, in one word, he's so handsome. Dragon refining pill, soul casting pill, it doesn't matter what this is. It's produced from ancient ruins anyway, so it must be top quality. Bai Qingyan gasped in shock and madness. Dragon refining pill, a super SSS level potion. The SSS level true dragon potion is diluted from the dragon refining pill. It is only about 1% effective. As for the soul casting pill, I have never heard of it, but it is most likely a pill that can be used by mind masters. Wipe. Can the mind master be used? Zhang Chengwu drooled. There is no potion to enhance telepathy. If this soul casting pill can do it, wouldn't it be an upgrade on the spot? Brother, Pavilion Master, can you let me lick the lid after you drink it? Puff. Qi Jun couldn't help it anymore. Are you so disgusting? Get out. Zhang Chengwu didn't care. You have the ability to say that if there is a lid left, don't lick it. Not licking. That must be impossible. A lick of a telekinesis potion of this level might save several years of practice. How brave must one be to drink the potion without licking the lid? Little William was in the distance, his eyes gleaming when he saw it. Mine, it's all mine. Qin Mu checked things first. I'll rub it. You call this a pill? At the top, 10 red potions and 10 dark cyan potions were placed in transparent containers as thick as a thumb. From the looks of it, they were no different from the Federation's injection potions. Don't take too many dragon refining pills or soul forging pills. With your cultivation and talent, 1 pill a year is enough. Close black lens bracket. The trial base did not explain, but warned. Qin Mu looked at the suit again. The entire body is made of an unknown material that emits mysterious light. It is soft, smooth and extremely comfortable. To be honest, Qin Mu had never touched such a comfortable material. Belonging to the core disciples of Tianjian sect, Dragon Sword Battle Clothes. Close black lens bracket. The battle clothes are divided into inner armor, outer armor, cloak, sword pouch and sword harness. What I touched just now was the inner armor, while the outer armor was made of metal and had a majestic shape. If you look carefully, you can see that it is composed of countless tiny scales. Like a real dragon. So that's it. The dragon sword suit is really something. The level of the ancient times is really unmatched now. Chin Mu looked at the sword box again. The appearance is consistent with the shape of his own set of flowing light sword boxes. However, the back of this sword box is engraved with a real dragon, and the front is engraved with a sword character similar to the tip of a small seal script. At first glance, they are not on the same level. Chin Mu, you also have a sword box with you, which is used by ordinary disciples. It only holds 300 swords. The core disciple sword box can store up to 3,000 swords. Close black lens bracket. The trial base not only knew what Chin Mu brought, but even saw Chin Mu's doubts. Understood. One is the ordinary beggar's edition, and the other is the luxury limited edition plus, max, signature edition. Where's the technique? Chin Mu didn't find anything and asked. Kung Fu, 3,000 dragon swords. Combat skill, thunder sword domain. It's all in that sword ring, you can just wear it. Close black lens bracket. Sword ring. Chin Mu did find a sword-shaped ornament the size of a thumb. But there is no ring. I had to follow the instructions of the trial base and place it on the fingers of my left hand. Ding. The sword ring is directly attached to the middle finger, and the sword hilt automatically bends, extends, and wraps tightly. The next second, in Chin Mu's consciousness, a world hundreds of meters long and wide appeared. It was empty inside, with only two masses of mysterious light floating quietly in the sky. Awareness is closer to the left. With a bang, mysterious light bloomed. This is 3,000 dragon sword. The right side should be the thunder sword domain, right? Chin Mu is not in a hurry to look further now and exits the space of consciousness. Awesome. This damn heavenly sword sect is really a bit explosive. Not only has this trial base been built, it even has a space ring. Even the power transfer must be distributed in the consciousness in the form of a space ring. It's outrageous to be so strict with one's own martial arts. But just now, didn't he generously show us all the exercises? Why is there such a strong sense of ritual all of a sudden? Ding. Chin Mu suddenly felt something bad in his heart. At the trial base, what will happen to the other people who failed? Drop. After 7 and 49 days, those who have not passed must perish. Close black lens bracket. Fall. Everyone present was shocked. Why? Didn't it mean that if someone clears the level, it will be over? Bai Qingyan frowned. Even if the technique is secret, can't it erase the memory? There are hidden dangers in erasing memories. There is a 1,000th chance of recalling some fragments. Close black lens bracket. 3,000 dragon sword is one of the core techniques of Wushan sword sect, and no possibility of leakage is allowed. Close black lens bracket. If it explodes, we'd better wait to die. Zhang Chengwu immediately looked like a dead fish. It's impossible to learn in this life. I can't ask. Phew. Zhang Chengwu sat on the ground and straightened his legs. Little Junzi, come here and rub your legs. I had this wish before I died. You won't refuse me. Qi Jun glared coldly. If you want to die, just say so. The rest of the people also looked gloomy. At the end of the day, everyone knows the difficulty of the exercises. 49 days. It's not that there is no hope, there is, but only a little. No, I can't die. Little William was frightened and said tremblingly, I want to quit. I didn't enter this trial on my own initiative, it was them. Yes, they forced me to come in. Same, no difference. Close black lens bracket. The trial base remained unmoved. Chin Mu crossed his arms, thought for a moment, and then spoke slowly. You just said that I am the core disciple of Tianjian sect. Yes, the 23rd generation core disciple of Tianjian sect. Close black lens bracket. Hundreds of thousands of trials. The core disciples who finally appeared were only the 23rd generation. Tianjian sect's assessment requirements for disciples are simply outrageous. Good. Chin Mu has confirmed his identity, and that will be easy. There is only one problem now. Before coming here, these people were all my disciples. Zitza. A sizzling sound came from the trial base. It's really going down. Condition 1. Core disciples can accept disciples. Close black lens bracket. Condition 2. Core disciples can teach disciples techniques. Close black lens bracket. Condition 3. The qualifications of the remaining 9 people are mediocre and not enough to become ordinary disciples of Tianjian sect. However, as mind masters, they can serve as servants of the core disciples. Close black lens bracket. In summary, if Qin Mu takes him as a servant, erases his memory of the 3000 dragon sword techniques, and has core disciple Qin Mu guarantee that he will not pass it on to others, he can leave the trial. Close black lens bracket. Depend on. So troublesome. I can't decide whether I can accept a disciple or not. Qin Mu probably understands it a bit now. This heavenly sword sect should have been a very powerful force in ancient times, but it fell. None survived. You have already fallen, why are you pretending? What is left behind is at most an intelligence, or a remnant of consciousness. I would like to ask, do I have the higher authority now, or do you have the higher authority? Is there anyone with higher authority than me on Dragon Star? Zitza. Core disciple Qin Mu is currently the person with the highest authority in Tianjian sect. Close black lens bracket. That's easy, open the door and move all the stuff out of your warehouse for me. The warehouse is good. Qin Mu just likes warehouses. The trial base is set up by the leader. The core disciple Qin Mu has insufficient authority. The fixed rules cannot be changed and remain unchanged. Close black lens bracket. Damn it, that's the end of the meal. Qin Mu failed to loot the warehouse and turned around and left. Why are you standing there? Open the door. Those are my servants. Except for the one with the blonde hair. When Zhang Chengwu heard this, he immediately became happy and rushed over, bowing and saying, "Pavilion Master, please." Crunch. The gate rises. Respectfully send core disciple Qin Mu away from the trial. Close black lens bracket. William Kyle, continue the trial. Close black lens bracket. Puff. Little William spit out, "Why?" Turning to look at Qin Mu. "You brat, are you avenging yourself? You want to harm me in the trial?" Drop. William Kyle has insulted the core disciples of our sect, and according to the law, his hands will be cut off and he can be whipped 50 times. Close black lens bracket. Ha! A flash of red light flashed, and William's arms were broken at the elbows. Immediately afterwards, a 3-meter-long whip with a shining alloy color and covered with metal barbs flew out. Hiss, these 50 lashes. Zhang Chengwu gasped at first, and then became excited again. It's really exciting. With one whip, at least 3 kilograms of meat snapped. Before little William could react, he whipped out the whip in the air. Stab. A blood slot was immediately drawn out of the S-class battle suit. The quality of that whip is definitely beyond compare, the S-grade alloy cannot stop it. Oh wow. Little William reacted now and screamed in pain. No. I was wrong, I was really wrong. But the trial base didn't pay attention at all, and slapped the whip again. Phew. Little William was still protected by a complete battle suit just now, but now the battle suit was torn to pieces, and 3 kilograms of flesh was immediately scraped off, while a mouthful of bright red spurted out. Despair. I'm going to die. No. Qin Mu. Save me. I can't die. Little William looked up, but in his blurry eyes, Qin Mu had already walked away. No. Qin Mu, you must save me, otherwise you will all die. Not only you, Wu Poxing, and Bai Ming will die. Zhongcheng will also be destroyed. Zhongcheng will also be destroyed, and everyone will die. What about fooling children? Would I believe it? Bai Qingyan's heart trembled, and he said anxiously, "Pavilion Master, this matter is important, why don't you listen to it?" Qin Mu stopped, glanced at Bai Qing doubtfully, and then said, "Wait a minute." As soon as he said this, the whip immediately froze in midair. Bai Qingyan turned around. "Little William, what on earth were you referring to just now? What are the plans of the Freedom Group? Are you going to betray the alliance?" Ha! Little William wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth bitterly and said tremblingly, "The alliance. The alliance is in the hands of Wu Poxing and Bai Ming. What does it have to do with us? If you don't let me go, you will all die." Bai Qingyan concluded. "Impossible. You don't have the strength to deal with the alliance leader, let alone the sword sect." Ha ha. Little William laughed miserably. We can't, but the 9th level dragon nest, maybe. Moment. Bai Qingyan's expression turned miserable. What did you say? Could it be? Did you plant a nuclear bomb in the dragon's nest again? Nuclear bomb. Again. Qin Mu seemed to hear one word after another. What? Have they buried it before? Yes. Bai Qingyan gritted his teeth and said angrily. If Lu Tian hadn't buried a tactical nuclear bomb in Dragon's Nest, how could Grandmaster Lin and I let him go? Good guy. It is true that nuclear bombs cannot deal with ferocious beasts, but they are always effective against people. Qin Mu only cares about one thing now, Zhongcheng. Is anyone buried in Zhongcheng? Little William suddenly showed an unruly expression. Are you afraid now? Although the Lucian group is in charge of Zhongcheng, the nuclear bomb will explode as long as I say a word. Qin Mu turned to look at the trial hall. Kill him. You. Little William didn't expect Qin Mu to say such a thing, and he reached out and wanted to touch. Wrong. No hands. Boom. A ray of red light fell from the sky, instantly killing Little William to pieces, leaving only a red mark on the ground, destroying all the people, armor and equipment. Fear. The rest of the people in the field were frightened by the killing at the trial base. But there is something more urgent. Pavilion Master, we have to go out quickly and notify the Alliance and Zhongcheng. Zhang Chengwu reminded. Qin Mu did not speak, but stepped forward and pulled out the arm that Xiao William wanted to grab before he died. Really, there is a limited edition luxury smartwatch on his arm. The trial base, can you limit the external communication function of this intelligence? Of course, this device has not been activated since I came in. But if you go out, there is no guarantee. Close black lens bracket. Can be shielded. That trial base not only has superb cultivation techniques, but also has an extraordinary understanding of technology. Perhaps, the end of technology is metaphysics. To deal with these things in the trial base, it is completely crushing. Where's the crack? I need all the information in this. Open black lens bracket, no problem. Close black lens bracket. Zitza. Little William's intelligence immediately rolled his eyes. The next second, the projection appears in the lobby, showing the full capabilities of Little William's intelligence. Qin Mu called up the video function and played it back. The goal this time is not just to kill Qin Mu, the best result. No, Grandmaster Lu, don't get me wrong. Can he beat the Grandmaster? Or the Grandmaster of the metal system wearing the Night God armor and holding the sky-opening blade? Lu Tian. Bai Qingyan recognized the guy in the picture at a glance. There are also several brothers from Lu Tian, all of whom are fugitive masters. Hiss. Zhang Chengwu. Senior Sister Yan, has Lu Tian been promoted to Grand Master? There are also Night God armor and Sky Blade. Qi Jun. If Lu Tian is ambushing us outside, I'm afraid it will be difficult to escape. Bai Qingyan's eyebrows knitted together, his face as dark as water. If you can't leave, you have to leave. When we get out later, I will be responsible for attracting firepower. Qin, the master of the pavilion, will use the electric drill to lead you to break through. As long as you return to the fighter plane, it will be victory. Quote. Qi Jun shook his head directly. If something happens, it will be difficult to use the fighter plane. Bai Qingyan forgot one thing. Just give it a try, I don't have time to say more now. Turn around. Qin Mu is still retrieving the video. Pavilion Master. Bai Qingyan urged slightly anxiously. It's not that Qin Mu isn't in a hurry, but he doesn't fight an unprepared battle. There is all the information about the other party in front of you to collect. It would be absolutely reckless to rush out without reading it. Soon, Little William's recent video has been watched. His father really trusted this son and told him all his plans. Qin Mu exhaled. River City Dragon Nest, European Continent Shenluo City Dragon Nest, Northern Free Continent Dragon Nest, all have nuclear bombs buried there. Of course they are buried in the periphery. There is no nuclear bomb in Zhongcheng. If Lu Tian didn't lie. Bai Qingyan remembered and said, the last time we forced Lu Tian away, we checked everything in Zhongcheng. Unless it was buried 1,000 meters below, there wouldn't be any. The Lucian group doesn't have a mind master, so they shouldn't be able to reach that depth. Even if it does reach that depth, the impact on Zhongcheng will be an earthquake at most. Our city can withstand a magnitude 10 earthquake, so it should be no problem. Zhongcheng, built after the catastrophe, is known as the All-Alloy City, and its strength is no joke. Chin Mu's most worrying problem was solved. Trial base, what level is Yi Shen's armor? Drop. Star Ordinary Battle Suit. Close black lens bracket. Where's the Sky Blade? Star Ordinary Sword. Close black lens bracket. Are they all ordinary goods? What a panic. Chin Mu put away his intelligence and took out a bottle of soul-casting pill. Tons. Take a gulp. The spiritual fluid of the soul-casting pill melts immediately in the mouth, and instantly a feeling of coolness surges up to the sky. Hiss. Chin Mu's whole body trembled with excitement, and at the same time, the consciousness in his mind expanded rapidly, and his mental power soared. Open black lens bracket ding. It was detected that the host had taken the Star Legendary Potion and soul-casting pill, and the level was improved. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ding. The current level is the 5th level of the commander. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ding. The current level is the 9th level of the commander. Close black lens bracket. I didn't break through to Grandmaster. Isn't this a star-rated elixir, of legendary quality? That's it. Chin Mu just finished speaking. The system prompts continue to sound. Open black lens bracket ding. The current level is the 1st level of the Grandmaster. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ding. The current level is the 2nd level of the Grandmaster. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket ding. The current level is the 6th level of the Grandmaster. Close black lens bracket. The effect of the first phase of the soul-casting pill has been absorbed. It will take a year for the remaining medicinal properties to be absorbed. It is expected to reach the peak of the Master of Control. Close black lens bracket. This effect is just right. A star-level legendary potion can't be produced in one go, and it's called a fart star-level legend. That day Johnman was really rubbish. Looking at it now, it's okay. After all, my qualifications may be a little bit behind, and it is a little difficult to break through the star rating. Zitsa. The trial base seems to be down again. Open black lens bracket unreasonable. The qualifications of core disciples, taking soul-casting pill, should have a 99.99% probability of breaking through the star level. Puff. Zhang Chengwu spat out a mouthful of old blood. One bottle of medicine will directly promote you to the star level, Grand Master. FK. Where's Guy? Give me a lick. Qi Jun did not despise Zhang Chengwu this time. Who wouldn't want to take a lick of this? Even Bai Qingyan's lips were a little dry and cracked. Fear. Horrible. A star ruler that no one in Dragon Star can achieve, in the eyes of the trial base, is just a matter of a bottle of soul-casting pill. And the same potion. Chin Mu still has 9 bottles in his hand. Woohoo, I want it so much. Chin Mu ignored the group of guys around him with hungry eyes like wolves and tigers. Let's go. We can't stay at the trial base anymore. Otherwise, it will be seen that you are fooling it, which will be very troublesome. Behind, everyone looked envious, wiped their saliva, and then followed Chin Mu's pace. Door. The guard saw everyone coming out and wondered, the trial ended so soon. In the past, it took at least 7 days. 7 days. Ha. Only mediocrity needs 7 days. Zhang Chengwu laughed wildly. Now that Pavilion Master Chin is here, of course such a simple test can be broken in 1 day. Qi Jun. Damn, I almost thought you passed the level. Bai Qingyan stepped forward and asked, have you noticed anything strange around you? Are there any free groups or grandmasters approaching? The guard shook his head. No. The next second, 7 figures flashed out from the rock wall in the distance. The leader was wearing a black armor with a fierce shape. The backlight in the depths really looked like a Dark Knight murderer. Chin Mu. Lu Tian shouted loudly. I knew you were a bit weird, and you were very fast at breaking through levels. Tisk. Chin Mu couldn't help but smile when he heard this. I didn't expect Grandmaster Lu to think so highly of me. It's really hard to find a confidant. If I had known earlier, I wouldn't have slaughtered your whole family. At least I would have left you a queen. One sentence came out. Lu Tian almost vomited 3 liters of blood in the air. It's really you. I knew it. I know I haven't seen you being so kind, but you still run out to die. Chin Mu glanced at him contemptuously. Ha. On the rock wall, Lu Tian and others burst into bursts of laughter. Brother Tian, this kid passed a trial and ended up going crazy. Will you give him to me later? My sword has not drunk the blood of a telepathic master yet. Lu Tian waved his hands calmly, there's no rush. Qin Mu, let me ask you, where is William? No response was seen. Lu Tian felt vaguely that something was wrong. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.